Hello everyone, Davina is here again, and for today I would like to retell the story I have read. The title of it is Building Dreams, talking about Alexa Jerome and Phillips Jeromes. Alexa was a successful architect and Phillips was a famous TV journalist. They had been married for 8 years and now they live in New York. And for these times, Phillips demanded she had a child she has postponed for the last few years. Actually, before they got married, Philip had agreed with Alexa if she would be a career woman and postpone for having a child. But for these times, Philip can wait for having a child. And when Philip asked about it to her, and Alexa said to him, I want to reach a certain level in my career before we go ahead for having a child, Phillips. I'd like to wait until I have the partnerships. And Philip said to her, oh darling, I believe in you. I know you will get the partnership, but I think I've been too patient for a long time and the years are going by. Yeah, and Philip seems too disappointed, but yeah, he would wait for her eventually. And one day, Alexa was called by her moms in London. Her mom said to her that her sister was in the hospital. Her sister was sick mentally because her husband died and her 12 years old son, whose name is Brian, wasn't rated well. And her mom asked Alexa to look after Brian for a while until her moms would get better. Actually, Alexa really willed to help her sister to look after Brian for a while, but actually she didn't know how to treat a child because she haven't had a child until now. While they were meeting at the airport, Alexa tried to talk with him, but Brian's response just yes, okay, like just flat and just one word, and it's such an annoying thing for Alexa. But Alexa tried to give her best to look after her nephew by providing him a best school course, a stereo headset, and anything he likes. And when Brian lived with Phillips and Alexa, actually aiding the fear for Alexa being a mom and having a child. On the other hand, while Philip was working, his assistant said to him that he had to interview a woman whose name is Gayle Dowling. At first, Philip didn't know who she was, but when they met, Philip was surprised when saw Gayle face. In fact, Gayle Dowling was his former fiancée, and while they were together at that time before Philip was Alexa, Gayle went away because her father was dying and asked her to marry another man. Willy-nilly, Gayle had to follow her father's request and left Phillips alone. And for these times, they met again and Gayle became a single mom who had a 7-year-old daughter and her husband had already died. And actually, Gayle was still really in love with Phillips, but Philip wasn't interested with her because he had Alexa right now. When Philip came home after work, Alexa tried to approach her husband because for being patient, waiting the child, and met the dinner by herself. And Philip was always in love with Alexa every time, and Philip was confused, like why my wife did this, and yeah, he was happy for her. And after having the dinner, Alexa said to him, Phillips, I failed to get the partnership with the investor and it was my biggest dreams. And Philip said to her, it's okay honey, at least you have given a try and you will try another chance. And Alexa said again, no, I don't know with my current circumstances, Phillips. My thought was mess because I can't get along with my own nephew and now I failed. And Philip said to her, no, you will get better, honey, and you will do your promise to have our child. And Alexa said again, can you wait again, Phillips, until I get the partnership? I promise. And Philip said, you just make the excuse, Alexa. Yesterday you made Brian as your excuse and now you make your partnership as your excuse again, and tomorrow you will excuse again and I'll be too old for having our child. And Alexa said, "No, it's not what I meant. I just want you for waiting me for a while until I get a partnership. It was really my biggest dreams." And after that, they met a big fuss and caused them live separately. And Philip went away from their apartment and left Alexa alone. And Alexa just cried because their special dinner was screwed up, and yeah, her husband left her alone. Then they live separately and they didn't contact, but they still miss with each other. And after knowing Philip and Alexa separate away, Gailey used this opportunity to get Philip back to her by using her daughter, because Gailey knew that Philip really wanted a child. And Philip always accepted Gailey's offering to spend the time with Gailey and Gailey's daughter, and consequently they often met with each other. On the other side, after Phillips went away from their apartment, Alexa's stomach was hurt, and she checked the calendar that she was in period for 5 weeks, and she bought the test pack and the result was positive. She was pregnant, and she was surprised for knowing that, and she couldn't wait for telling to Phillips about it. And after that, Alexa had to go back to work, and suddenly her best friend called her to have a lunch together. And while they were having a lunch together, her best friend said to her, "You can tell me what happened with you and Phillips. I know that woman was so bad, Alexa." And Alexa said, "What are you talking about? I don't understand. Who's that woman?" And her best friend said, "I know from my husband Raymond that Phillips went to Gailey's flat and often spent the time together with her daughter." And Alexa said to her best friend, "You mean that Philip cheated on me? Oh my god, I can't believe it." And after knowing that, Alexa was dizzy and she just cried, and because she couldn't wait for telling to Philip about her pregnant. And as it turns out, her husband was with another woman. And after that, Alexa went immediately to Philip's office and said to him, "What the hell are you doing with Gailey, Phillips? I can't believe it." And Philip said to her, "No, you are wrong about me, Alexa. I can tell you what happened, but can we talk about it later because I gotta work now." And after that, Alexa went away from his office, and she couldn't tell about her pregnant at anyone. For tomorrow, Alexa had to fly to Washington for business with Egon. Egon was actually Alexa's partner at work, and Egon had a crush on Alexa. But Alexa didn't notice him because, yes, she just was in love with her husband Phillips, and she didn't care with any man. And for these times, Egon knew that Alexa's husband was cheated on her, and he used this time to approach Alexa. At first, Alexa didn't want to cheat it on her husband, but because she knew that Philip was with another woman and cheated on her, so Alexa did the same as her husband did. And in their separate life, Philip was with Gailey and Alexa was with Egon. And Alexa knew that what she did was wrong, and sometimes she just cried if Philip's crossed to her mind, and she thought to do the abortion for her baby. When Alexa went home and met Brian, suddenly Brian's behavior changed, like he was more polite rather than previously. And Brian didn't say a word again, like okay, yes, but Brian could respond well to Alexa, and Alexa was happy for him. And Alexa said that, "Why don't we do a camp for our summer and we can ride the bike together?" And Brian accepted Alexa over. And in their camping, Alexa learned from Brian that having a child is not a scary thing, she thought, but it was really funny. And suddenly Alexa tears went down from her eyes because thinking of Phyllis, because she really missed him, and she just brushed her belly, and she decided that she will not go through the abortion. After they had the summer vacation, Alexa had to attend the award for a city competition, and the event day was the same as Philip's birthday, and Alexa was really sad that they still live separately and she really missed him. And in the event, Alexa won the competition. and being the first female architect at her company to get the partnership. And Alexa couldn't believe it herself that finally she has met her biggest dreams come true. But on the other side, she was really sad that she couldn't share her triumph with Phillips. And when she delivered the speech, she noticed that there was a man who resembled like Phillips, and in fact it was really Phillips. He came here just to see her, and after that they met and they were kind of awkward, but finally they were together again. And Alexa told to him about her pregnant, and Philip was really happy to her, and it was Philip's big present ever from Alexa, and they couldn't wait for the day her childbirth. So that's the end of the story. So thank you guys for listening my video. I really appreciate, and see you for another challenge.